You don't only have relationships with men.
I don't have any relationships with men anymore. I've been out as a lesbian for 2 years.
2 years now.
Mhm.
How has that changed your life and your
Everything.
romance and everything? I want to ask you about the differences between dating men.
Oh, there's so many differences. I quite frankly just thought like maybe I was like broken, and like I wasn't like the ability to dissociate in a relationship and during sex and with connection. And I thought maybe I had just like been through too much, or like I wasn't meeting the right people, or I kept trying, and like I was idealizing all the connections I was making. Like this is great, and I kept getting to this point in these relationships where I was like, something is wrong, and it's even beyond like the heartbreaks that were happening. Like it was beyond like what people like being cheated on, or like these things that were happening in the relationship. I was going through these things long before that was even happening. I'd get cheated on, the relationship would be over, and I'd be like, damn, like 3 months ago I was already like, what is happening? Why don't I want to have sex? Why don't I feel that deeply? Like why am I losing this spark that I had initially? Am I just like a freaky conqueror complex having ass? Like I'm just doing this to see if I can. Then my therapist was like, how do you feel about women? I was like, if a girl looks at me, I'm gonna melt into a puddle.
No way.
Or like I would have conversations with other people who liked women. We felt the same way, but I could not say those things about men. And she was like, you ever thought that maybe you're just gay? I was like, yeah, you're right, actually, probably.
What a funny way to get there. I mean, everyone has their own journey, but it didn't strike you first personally like, hey, I may be skewing this direction.
I mean, I was always bi as hell, so it wasn't ever like I didn't go from being straight to being a lesbian. Like
Okay.
I've been bi my whole life. I've always had girlfriends. Like I've always, But actually, what's even funnier is that what really did it was after the therapy call, I got sent a Google Doc titled "Am I a Lesbian?" and it talks about comp het, which is compulsory heterosexuality, and which is all about like how society has influenced so much, heteronormativity and heterosexuality on us.
Funneled your own personal thoughts down it. Yeah.
That a lot of us, especially women and femme-presenting people, struggle with even knowing if that's our actual sexual orientation or if it's what we've been taught and trained to be. And I read the fuck out of this Google Doc and was like, when I had to list and analyze like why I was still dating men, none of it had to do with being in love. None of it had to do with like these feelings that I'm supposed to feel and like love and care and deep emotion. It was like, this makes sense. And all my friends are like, he can take care of you. And like, this is financially secure. And like he's a protector. And like, why picket fence dad mom thing? And even though I grew up like with my family super open and queer and like all the relationships being really different, and like, I still had that like, this makes sense thing kind of going. And as soon as I like said, I'm not doing that anymore, and I came out, my relationships and my ability to like feel deeply for anybody I'm romantically with, it was like, oh, I've been missing this my whole life.
Hey there, if you like the clip, make sure to subscribe or check out this recommended clip to my right.